Good morning from Hawk Mountain Shelter. We're up and awake, and that's where the camera is, and getting our breakfast stuff going on here. I'll show you that real quickly. Slept okay last night. It wasn't too terribly cold. Hawkeye's got a horrible cough going on, and I think he had a hard time settling and getting to sleep. But I slept warm. He said he was kind of cold, but once I finally got to sleep, I stayed that way, and I feel pretty rested this morning. So we're going to go probably just to the next shelter today. We were both kind of slower than we expected that we would be yesterday. And we'll just kind of play it by ear. We'd love to do the 15, but I'm not sure we're there yet. We'll get there soon enough. We'll get ourselves back into walking shape. But anyway, this is what breakfast looks like this morning. So far anyway, I've just got my stove set up, and I've already made some coffee over here. And I'll probably have a Pop-Tart or something simple like that today, and not worry about cooking breakfast. Well, we're heading out from Hawk Mountain Shelter this morning. The sun's out today, that's a good thing. And we're gonna try to do about 7.5 miles to Gooch Mountain Shelter. We were really late getting out this morning, it's after 11. But we also knew that we didn't really have a long ways to go today. And we'll still get there mid-afternoon, I think. Our highlight for the day, and I'll share it with you when we get there, is Sassafras Mountain. It's one of the first tough climbs that I remember from our previous hike. Well, we're coming in on High Tower Gap. We've got an Army vehicle here. There is nearby a military encampment. I'll have to look up the name on it. I've got it for popping into a video a little bit later on, but it's where they train rangers. So it's not uncommon to see soldiers out here in the woods. Last time we were through here, Hawkeye picked up a handful of brass that was expended probably right in this area. So we're making our way through High Tower Gap. We started off going downhill, but I know that Sassafras looms in front of us. So we'll plot our way as slowly and diligently up Sassafras as we can and make our way forward. Well, I had forgotten how much I dislike up hills. We're moving real slowly. We'll get there. I was hoping for a better pace, but we're doing the best we can do, and we're going to make it. We're very positive. Gavin's dealing with some sort of a chest congestion thing that's causing him to cough and making it hard for him to breathe deeply. But he's plowing through, and he's got a positive attitude, which is awesome. That's one of the things that I think is most important about setting out on something like this, is you've got to have a positive attitude and look for the good in things. Right now our weather is wonderful, and it's nice to be able to get underway and get moving somewhat, get back into the throes of hiking and knowing how to set up and break down our camp and do all our things while the weather's not horrible, because I was afraid it was going to be rainy today. But so far so good. Don't know if you can hear those gunshots, but I'm assuming that that's from the military base that's real near here, where they train rangers. First time I've heard that today. Waffle checking in. We have made it to the top of Sassafras Mountain. So glad to have that big climb out of the way today. It was tough. I had to stop a lot. And about 2/3 of the way up, there was a place where we could stop and have lunch. Hawkeye caught back up with me. He's still moving slow, but he's moving forward, and he's got a good attitude, so that's all great. So we stopped and had some lunch. We're dipping down and then back up just a tad to finish Sassafras. And then we've got about 4.5 more miles to go to the shelter area where we're hoping to stay tonight. There's a campground of about 3 miles out, but I think we can make the shelter. Be more comfortable there. There's water there for sure. And that's our goal still. Well, of the many things to be grateful for now that we've gotten up and over Sassafras, We had a really steep down that was hard. The knees were tough because we're both carrying way more weight than we had planned on taking, but we couldn't figure out how to get it any lighter and have all the stuff that we may need if we had really harsh winter conditions. So anyway, we're plowing forward, but once we got down from Sassafras, we had another little gradual up, and now we're just kind of following along, skirting the side of this ridge line right here. And that was a hard step. Mostly this is a place where we can both kind of wind it out and do something close to what our normal pace is and pick up some time. So I was pausing just for a couple of minutes to wait out on Hawkeye. He's coming down the hill here shortly. And I was going to mention more about Sassafras Mountain. I was checking my notes, and I think the climb was about 650 feet. It felt like a lot more than that, but it was awfully steep. And coming down the backside of it was really tough as well. It's one of the first big climbs on the AT so far as difficulty. And I had a video segment a little bit earlier where if the sound picked up, you could probably hear some gunfire in the background. It's not that we're in hunting area. There's nearby Camp Frank D. Merrill, and it's the training facility for the 5th Ranger Battalion. So it's not uncommon at all to see soldiers in the woods in this area. We did see a military vehicle parked at one of the gaps. So I thought I would share that with you. That's a little bit about some of the trivia along the trail. And here comes Hawkeye, so we're gonna meander on up the trail. I never really get tired of this on the Appalachian Trail. It's called the Green Tunnel because we're just covered in green, but this is the first heavy rhododendron thicket that we've come through. And we'll be in this for quite a while, off and on, well into Virginia and beyond. But when I think of the Appalachian Trail, the rhododendron is what really comes to my mind. Beautiful trees, provides cool travel, shade from the sun. I suspect the temperature's dropped several degrees since we stepped into this. It's been kind of warm today. I could have done with shorts and a short sleeve shirt, but I didn't ever bother to stop and change. But we're about 1.5 miles or so, I think, from where we're going, and we're going to get there shortly. So we've come upon Justice Creek. We're about to cross it, but I wanted to stop and take a real quick video. Great water source. We've got good steps going across. Just scenic as can be. I think somehow my video of the mountain stream of the day yesterday never made it into the video. I couldn't find it when I went back to add videos. So I guess this will be our first mountain stream of the day, unless I missed something and it was in there after all. So we're about 1.5 miles from where we're headed tonight, and we'll see you then. Well, this is the spot we've been waiting on. We are coming into Gooch Shelter, and we're really glad to be here. This was a much harder hike today than we were anticipating, but we got through it. It's all good. Looks like we may be the only ones in the shelter. I don't know whether there's anyone camping behind or not. So we'll set up and get ready to do our evening chores.